everybody, this is Daniel Moznett with Cowboy Charcoal, and we're talking big game recipes. Now everybody's got a nacho recipe, a taco recipe, fajita recipe. We're gonna show you ours here with Cowboy Charcoal, and we've got all kinds of things that we're gonna throw on the grill. We're gonna throw some avocados on the grill, peppers, tomatoes, garlic. We've got our flank steak that we've marinated. We're doing a dry marinade. We'll show you how we put that on there. But before we get started, let's get over to the grill and let's get the grill nice and piping hot, because the key to this is a hot grill that we turn everything really quickly and make all of our salsas and our skirt steak. So let's get started. So we've got our Cowboy Charcoal, and look at the size of this charcoal. It's just beautiful stuff. Cowboy Charcoal. We're gonna light it with our all-natural fire starters right to the middle. This will take about 15-20 minutes to get going. They light fast. You can see how fast these light. This is all natural, non-GMO vegetable wax, so you can be sure that you're not adding any chemicals to anything that you're grilling. It lights just that fast. It's twisted wood rope, and that's gonna start your charcoal in just a few minutes. And this is really what you want. You want nice hardwood lump charcoal. This is oak and hickory lump charcoal. And as you know, I love oak and hickory lump charcoal. I think it gives fantastic flavor to all the vegetables and meats that you're cooking. Hickory and oak, they have a little bit of a strong flavor, especially when you're cooking like this Santa Maria style. Everything's open grill, open wood, open fire. We've got a lot of great partners that show us how to do over the fire cooking. Derek Wolf, the Grill Revealer, all these guys, they really show you how to cook with natural open fire, and that's what we have here. We'll add some chunks to this once all the charcoal is engulfed, but for now we're just gonna let it get started, and we're gonna get everything rolling on our table over here. So the first thing that you wanna do when you make any kind of nacho board, taco board, fajita board, is make sure that you have all your ingredients ready to go. One of the main ingredients is silver tequila. Excellent. Okay, so now that we're ready to go, what we did overnight is we put a little bit of a dry rub on some skirt steak. All that dry rub was El Mariachi from Spiceology. It's excellent. We just add it right over the top, and we just let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. It's got a ton of flavor, and you can see all of the different herbs and spices in there. It's got great flavor. And then I like to roll it up, add a little bit to the next piece. We've got about 4 pieces that we're gonna be cooking. Look at the size of this. You want a little bit of fat in there too. Fat is flavor. Just make sure that it's not overly fatty. Trim out what you need to trim out, okay? Season all sides, make sure you get seasoning everywhere, and that's it. Make sure you season overnight and let it sit in the refrigerator. Take it out about 30 minutes before you're ready to cook, and then you're ready to go. Now that our meat's ready to go, we're gonna get our veggies ready to go. So we're gonna make 2 different types of salsas. We're gonna do an avocado salsa. We're gonna grill everything with the avocado salsa. We're also gonna make a red salsa. We're gonna have some tomatoes, we've got garlic, we've got red onions. We're gonna cut these open and mash all of those together. We're gonna grill our limes. We're gonna grill some red Fresno peppers. We've got plenty of jalapenos. These are red Fresnos. They're not really that hot. The red just gives them a little bit of sweetness. I tell you, the jalapenos are a lot hotter than the red Fresnos. We're gonna grill some Anaheims, right? We're gonna grill some red bell peppers. And let's see, I think that's about it. So as we prepare these, pretty simple. We're just gonna add a little bit of olive oil right to the top. To the garlic, you wanna pick up the garlic and you wanna add just a little bit of olive oil right on the top of that, so the olive oil penetrates all those cloves. Just cut the top of it off and then pour a little bit of olive oil right over the top. Okay, you wanna get gloved up here a little bit, because you just wanna make sure that the olive oil coats each side of the pepper, of the tomato, of your red onion. We already got it all over the garlic, okay? We'll add just a little bit of salt and pepper. Once you have all of these seasoned up, we can put a little bit of our El Mariachi seasoning right over the top of these as well. We'll take a look back and we'll see if our grill's ready. Needs a little bit more time. So while that grill is getting ready, we'll get our avocados ready to go. So here's a simple trick with avocados. So with our avocados, we're simply gonna cut right down the middle. We'll give them a twist. And we're gonna take the center pit out with the butt of the knife. We're gonna do that to each one of them. For this recipe, the grilled avocado salsa, I like to use avocados that aren't completely ripe, that are a little bit hard, because we're gonna grill them. So once we grill them, they're gonna soften up quite a bit. If you use avocados that are really soft, that are good avocados for something like guacamole, then you're gonna end up with avocados that are too soft to sit on the grill. So grab some avocados that are nice and firm. Once you have the pits out, we're just gonna add a little bit of olive oil right over the top. We'll rub those in. And this just prevents that avocado from turning brown. Once the avocado hits the air, it's gonna get a little bit brown, and that just isn't very presentable. It's not gonna change the flavor, it's just not gonna look very good. And you don't wanna have avocado salsa that doesn't look very good. So once this is all rubbed in, then we're gonna be ready to go to the grill. Let's take a look here and see where we are with the grill. Looks like we're just about ready. I'm gonna add some wood chunks to this as well. You can see that I've got my fire right in the center. So this is gonna give me the opportunity to have a really hot center of the fire, and I've got 2 zones on the outside that are nice and cool. So I can move some things that are cooking a little bit too fast to the outside. So now that we're cooking, I'm gonna add a little bit more just straight hickory to this cook. I know that we're cooking with oak and hickory lump charcoal, and you could add mesquite to this. I'm really a fan of hickory right now, so I'm gonna add some more hickory chunks right to this cook. These are all kiln dried. You can see how quickly these start to burn. And that's what we want. We want to really char the outside of all of our peppers. That's where we're gonna get all the flavor. So let's lower our grill down and get our grill ready to go. First, we're gonna add our peppers so those peppers can roast. There we go. And don't be afraid to let these burn and blister. That's where all the flavor is. The garlic is a lot more compressed inside, so you're gonna need to let that sit over some heat for about 10 minutes or so to get some of that smoke flavor. You can see that we're already getting a char. Look at that char already, just with a few minutes. Not even a few minutes, a few seconds just sitting on the grill. Okay, so we'll let that sit. We're gonna add our avocados. We're gonna put these to the outside a little bit. It doesn't take long for avocados, they're very delicate. So you just wanna add just a little bit of char to your avocados right on the outside. So the other thing that you're doing when you grill all of this before you put on your meat is you're putting all of this flavor onto your grill grates. And then you put your meat right over the center of it, and it's gonna pick up all the tomatoes and all the peppers, the garlic flavors. It's gonna pick all of that stuff up. So you're adding flavor both to the meat that you're gonna be cooking on here in a little bit and to the peppers that you're cooking. If you need to raise your grill while you're cooking because things are getting a little bit too hot, go ahead and raise your grill. Now this right here, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a nicely charred pepper. As you can see, as we start to cook, some of the vegetables that you have on the grill are gonna cook faster than others. So as they start cooking faster, just move them to the cooler side, right? I moved the avocados to the direct heat portion of the grill. You can see my limes, those are starting to cook up really nice. Really adds a lot of flavor and a lot of color and texture when you grill your limes and then put them on your board. Look at that. That caramelization there that we're getting, that's what we're looking for. This is great for the game because everything's done ahead of time and you can just sit it out and let all of your guests enjoy while you're enjoying the game. So the primary thing that you want to do when you're making all of this is you want to cook all of your vegetables ahead, and then you want to put your meat on. Your meat's going to cook really fast. So if you're trying to catch up and you're trying to cook your vegetables and then you're trying to cook your meat, you're just going to end up with a mess. So take your time, cook all your vegetables first, make your salsas first, get all of that done. You're going to have plenty of heat on your grill, and then go back and cook your meat. All right, so now that all of our veggies are cooked, we'll pull all of these. We'll let them rest just for a few minutes. And these avocados, man, they couldn't look any better. They're absolutely where we want them to be. And a grilled avocado salsa, I might have just ruined the way that you are used to salsa, because this grilled avocado salsa is awesome. All right, now that our veg is done, just gonna take our meat and put it over here. We'll throw that on the grill in just a second. Let's get all of our veg tray done here. So to make our red salsa, pretty simple. We just need to peel our tomatoes, and you'll see that these peels come off really easily. I like to cut it in half, and we're just gonna drop it right in. Peel the other side off, cut it in half, and we'll drop it right in. We'll take our jalapenos. Now, here's the thing with jalapenos. When you grill them, they get hotter, okay? Because all of that capsaicin, all of that oil that you get in the seeds and the stems, it permeates throughout the entire pepper. So just take it easy. Don't use too many. We're gonna do the same thing with the red Fresnos. We're gonna take as much of that little skin that'll come off. Because what happens with the skin, it gets a little bit tough and it doesn't always chop up, and then you get a piece that you don't necessarily want to eat. But you always want to try to remove as many of the seeds as you can and as much of the stem as possible. And we'll put that right inside. We're also going to add one of our red onions, and then we're going to take out some of our garlic. There's one piece. Probably do about 4 cloves of garlic on this one. Garlic makes everything. Oh man, it smells so good. When you roast that garlic, it just makes it taste so much better. That flavor changes completely. So we've got about 4 pieces of garlic in there. We're gonna add some lime juice. And we're gonna add just a little bit of tequila. Not for me again, a little bit of olive oil to help it cut. We're gonna add a little bit of pepper. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. All right, so now once everything's inside, we'll just chop this through. Oh man, that's spicy, but wow, that tastes good. You get all of that smoky flavor. The lime in there just cuts through all of those peppers. Man, that's so good. And when we combine that with what we're gonna have with the avocado salsa, oh, you are in for a treat. So there's our red salsa. Now let's show you how we put together this avocado salsa. You just want to take your avocado, cup it in your hand, cut it a few times, spin it and cut it on a diagonal so you almost have a little cross dice, and then you'll just scoop out the middle. For me, that makes it a little bit easier to mash. If you wanted to, you could just scoop it out because it's so soft. It's been grilled that there's not a lot of resistance. So you can just scoop it all right out, nice and easy. Don't scoop out all of them. You want to slice a few and just leave them cut on your board because it makes a fantastic presentation. We're going to do the same thing with maybe 1 jalapeno because that other one was pretty spicy. So we'll take some of our skin off of this one. Cut it in half. You can smell, I can smell the spice from here. And with the avocado salsa, we don't really want the avocado salsa too spicy. So I'm only gonna use 1 jalapeno. We'll take one of our limes. See how easy that just squirts all the way through. We'll take our red onion. And all of these flavors They take all of the benefit from that oak and hickory lump charcoal. I can smell it just while I'm cutting it right here. I haven't even had a chance to taste it yet. You want to make sure that you get them relatively small because you want to be able to mash all of this roasted avocado salsa. It's not really a guacamole, it's more of a roasted avocado salsa, which I don't really know what the difference is. So we've got a few of those. We'll add a few more of our pieces of garlic. Okay, so we've got our chopped garlic in there. We've got our avocado in there. I'm gonna add one of our Anaheim chilies. I'm gonna save one of the Anaheim chilies for our board because I like to just have them fresh on my fajita. So we'll add one to the salsa. All right, now as you're getting your avocado salsa done, I like mine to be as smooth as I can, so don't be afraid to get your hands dirty in there. And we're gonna add just a little bit of the El Mariachi. So we have some of those flavors coming through. Not too much, just a little bit. Look at that. And you could just eat that on a chip right there. All right, now that we've got our salsas ready to go and all the rest of our veggies done, let's get our steak on the grill. All right, here's our steak that we marinated overnight. We want that nice, we wanted this to cook this fast. So we want this close to the heat. Open it all up. All right, so you really want to keep an eye on these. They're not gonna take a long time to cook. You can see how quickly that's already cooking on this side. You're gonna wanna turn these. Now, the nice thing about this kind of meat is you can cook this and set this on the cool side. You can see I don't really have a lot of heat here at all. There's not a lot of heat on this side of the grill. So I can take all of these that are done in the middle and I can set them on this side of the grill for 15, 20 minutes or more. Watch your flare-ups. There is a little bit of fat in this meat, so as you start to flare up more and more, you'll start to see a lot more flame. But it's okay to let the flame go up and kiss the meat a little bit. It adds more flavor. It adds a little char, which is a little bit of texture. You can see this here. You can just flipping this over. You can see all the texture that this is adding all through here. That's fine. We're doing this for the big game. I'm gonna have a whole spread of this out for my family, and we're just gonna sit and we're gonna eat on this all day long. We'll do nachos, we'll do fajitas, we'll do a little walk-in taco bar, but that's about it. We're done. We'll bring these all over and we'll put our board together. Now it's time to see how we did on our steak. Remember, you want to go across the grain. You've got grains of your steak here that run this way, so we're going to want to make sure that we cut across this way. I like to cut mine right in the middle, fold it over, and cut right through. Perfectly medium rare. That's excellent. I'm gonna have to give that a taste. Oh, that tastes so good. All that centered in there. Got those centered in there. Got a little bit more steak to cut here. We'll leave one piece open. We can put that back on the grill if we want it to stay warm. And in there, we'll add a little bit of salt right to the top of it, just for a little bit of texture right at the end. Do that over the whole board. Now we'll add some tortillas. You want to put a few tortillas right on the grill right before you're ready to serve, so they're nice and warm, and they don't take very long. Mission tortillas always serve up nice and tender, nice and fluffy. Only take a few seconds on the grill. And then we'll pack those right on the side. You've got your board, you've got some cheese. You can leave that cheese there and your guests can just put it over their own. There you go. I think I'm gonna have to make one of these. Some of the meat, we'll add a little bit of the red peppers, some of the avocado. I'm gonna add both salsas to mine. Grilled avocado salsa, a little bit of the red salsa. We'll add a little bit more cheese. Hands down, that is absolutely fantastic. The red salsa, man, it's spicy. I can taste all the spice, the cream of the avocado, all of that steak in there with all of the flavors that it brings in. What a great treat that you're in for. Make this for the big game, make it for your family, make it for an event, make it for Taco Tuesday, make it for whenever you want. It's absolutely fantastic. If you like this recipe, make sure you hit subscribe. We've got a bunch more. What do you like on your tacos? Let us know. Let us know how you grill them up in the backyard. I'm Daniel Moznett with Cowboy Charcoal. We'll see you next time.